Hey YouTube, it's Earl, and it's time for another tobacco review. Tonight we're going to be looking at Sutliff's Aged Maduro Cavendish. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so tonight, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at this lovely blend here, Sutliff's Aged Maduro Cavendish. This is another one of those entries in the cigar leaf pipe tobacco review trend I have going on here, or series that I have going on here. What makes this one unique, the most unique in my opinion, is that while it has cigar leaf, it's an aromatic, and it's primarily made of black Cavendish. But let's go ahead and dive in. I've already kind of given you, there's not much of a tin description because this is a blend you can buy in bulk from Smoking Pipes and probably many other retailers. Other retailers may even have it named something different if you've got a local brick and mortar shop that carries it. I'm not sure what the names of that one may be, but it is a Sutliff tobacco, and as you can see, I'm going to show you the cut. It's certainly a ribbon cut, but it's as black as night. It's just all straight black Cavendish. It is just given what it looks like to me, it looks a little different than normal black Cavendish. Okay. So, and I mean that primarily from the cut. It looks more like cigar leaf that's been cut up and Cavendished. Sometimes black Cavendish can be that way anyway, in the way some manufacturers do it, but I find this to be a little bit different than the most of the black Cavendish that I've seen. But it is a ribbon cut. The pouch aroma is of a Sutliff aromatic, and kind of something that should be familiar to you, especially for any aromatic smokers out there familiar with something that's been topped with vanilla and chocolate. And according to Smoking Pipes and Sutliff's own website, that's what this is topped with. So it's a straight black Cavendish that's then been topped with vanilla and chocolate. Now, what's different about this, I can't find any literature that actually asserts this and says this is true, but I'm going to make the assumption, given the name, is that it is Maduro cigar tobacco that they've Cavendished and then topped. And so from that perspective, I think this does make it a pretty distinct blend in and of itself. Not only that, but when I light this, and we'll get into the review with the smoke, when I kind of tell you what's going on there, there's some heavy cigar notes here. So I would be really surprised if someone told me, no, this was just black Cavendish with chocolate and vanilla on it, especially given the name and all of that. But when I look through any website and it lists the components, it just says black Cavendish, which is true because Cavendish is a process, not a type of tobacco. My firm belief here is they've taken Maduro cigar leaf and they've used that to Cavendish, or they've Cavendished that tobacco and then added the aromatic flavorings here. So on the tin note, it's a pleasant aromatic smell to it. On the room note itself, because this is an aromatic, I talk about that a little bit more. The room note is a pleasant aromatic. It's smooth. It's not overpowering. It's still pipe smoke, right? So it's still not going to be for those who don't like the aroma of burning tobacco to begin with. It's not going to be all that appealing to them, but it's got a pleasant room note. This, to me, very much when I open the bag, I very much kind of get a BCA smell from it as well. So Lane BCA type aroma from it. So And that kind of gives you some indication of what this blend is like. It is a little goopy, a little sticky. It will ghost a pipe, but I find it to be a pleasant ghosting of a little bit of cigar flavor, a little bit of sweetness. And so sometimes, to me, I'll load it in a pipe, just to kind of sweeten it up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. But drying time, you could probably put it out to dry a little bit. But I'll tell you this, because it's a black Cavendish, and black Cavendish tends to burn cool and work well in a pipe, I don't really find that you need to dry it out all that much, but you can if you want to. Tonight, I'm going to be smoking it in this, I believe this is a 2021 Christmas pipe from Peterson, but it is in, I don't know if you can make that out right there, it is in their Sherlock Holmes series of pipes, and so this is the shape is a handsome, I think, because of the handsome cabs that Sherlock Holmes took in England when he was going around doing his investigative work. But it's really I think it's a mixture between, kind of looks like a calabash, but it's a Rhodesian would be, I think, where it falls classically, because it's got a Dublin bowl. It's got, well, whatever. It's a cool looking pipe. I like it. So let's dive into the smoke itself. There are two things with this blend that become apparent right away. One, you're smoking an aromatic. That doesn't escape you. There's a lot of sweetness, that vanilla and chocolate. Both of those, to me, when they've been added to a tobacco, can also bring in hints of like berries and things like that. But there's that sweetness. Good smoke production, good mouthfeel. But second is that cigar aroma. That nice Maduro flavor. And if you like a mild hint of a cigar with some sweetness, this blend is excellent for that. You don't need to make this more complicated than it is. This is cigar leaf that has been made into an aromatic. In my opinion, works really well together. And I like it. And I think if you're one of those people who've ever trying to find an aromatic that you actually like and can smoke on a pretty consistent basis, this is one that will actually work its way into my regular rotation. There are not many aromatics or bulks that I think I'll try and work it into a regular rotation. This is actually one, not only will I try and figure out if I can work it into a regular rotation, I'm probably actually going to experiment around with a little bit and see if I can't, because I have some blending tobacco, and see if I can't find a combination of Virginias and Latakia that I would really enjoy with this. Okay, that's my review of Sutliff's aged Maduro Cavendish. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk again soon. Talk at you later, baby.